Yesterday I shared PvE builds for Barbarian, but I missed one of the best essences while creating the builds. But thanks to the people on the comments, now we know a better build for dungeons. So we are going to update the dungeon build for Barbarian. As always, first we will check out the skills. Our first skill is Chain Spear, and I'm using the new chest essence with it, plus I have the pants essence that allows Chain Spear to increase the damage all enemies take by 8% for 4.8 seconds. Chest essence is also important because it helps to activate another essence we are using. Next we have Thunder, and we don't have any legendary items for it. This skill is important because it increases the damage all enemies take by 30% for 6 seconds, which is nice because everyone in your party can benefit from this. Next we have Wrath of Berserker with 3 essences, and the chest essence we use for Chain Spear is important because it activates the offhand essence we are using for this skill, which increases our damage by 28.5%. And we are using Sprint with a head essence. This is the essence I missed in yesterday's guide. This is really important because it increases the damage of Chain Spear, and if you have Gloom Cask, this essence applies on that legendary gem as well. Just be careful and always activate the Sprint before you use Chain Spear. And if you want to give everyone 4-piece Vitoos buff, or if you want to make your whole party move around faster, you can use this Pants essence instead of Chain Spear one. Lastly, we are using Frenzy as our primary attack skill with 2 essences, and now let's check out our set items. As you can see, I'm using 4 pieces of Vitoos and 2 pieces of Banquet with this build, but if you are doing dungeons or raids with a Crusader, you can drop 2 pieces of Vitoos and use 2 pieces of Shellbust instead of that, because you will get the Vitoos buff from your Crusader anyways. That's kinda optional, you don't have to do that. And now we can move on to the legendary items. For the headpiece, we have this helm that I forgot about it yesterday. While Sprint is active, your skills with projectile attacks are empowered with Wind, allowing them to trigger Firestorm and deal 38% increased damage. For the chest piece, we are using a new essence called Heart Hook. Chain Spear now throws a piercing spear, dealing damage to all enemies it passes through and applying a stacking bleed. For the shoulders, we have Nature's Temper. Wrath of Berserker now also causes your primary attack to consume your life, dealing 9.7k additional damage with each strike. For the pants, we have Scale Thunder. Chain Spear now also shatters armor, increasing all damage enemies take by 8% for 4.8 seconds. And for the main ant, we are using Lunatic Twin. When Frenzy is fully stacked, each attack unleashes 6k damage to all enemies in front of you. Cannot occur more often than once every 0.4 seconds. And for the offhand, we are using Falling Thunder. This is one of the new essences as well. Wrath of Berserker also engages you when you are near a bleeding enemy, increasing the damage you deal by 28.5%. And thanks to the chest essence, we are always near a bleeding enemy, so these 2 essences are working perfectly together. And for the additional main ant, we are using Riddle Rue. When Frenzy deals a critical hit, your primary attack speed is increased by 50% for 3.2 seconds. And for the offhand, we are using Thunder Legacy. Wrath of Berserker now causes nearby enemies to burn. Other than that, use Weaver Paragon 3 when you are doing dungeons and raids, and for the point distribution, max out your damage and armor pan first, and then you can max out your potency and armor. Of course, after that you can use your remaining points on life. I think that's all I can say about this build. Let me know if you have any suggestions to improve it and share your experience with it too. Thank you for listening and take care.